Look at this light and bright new area, new workspace. Unfortunately not mine, it's the wife's. I'm a little bit jelly. Welcome to another Makita review. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. Come on, what are you doing? Push the thing. Ring the bell there, get the notifications. I do heaps of Makita reviews and other tool reviews. And here we go. This one is the router, the Trim Router Plunge Base. This can go on both the corded and the cordless model of the Makita Trim Router. So let's have a look in the box. There's your number here, your part number. Nice and catchy. I will put everything I talk about in this video, I will put links down in the description so you can find out more information about them. Put all the part numbers etc. down there. Let's get you out of the way. So there she is. Now it's a nice little unit, this. It's not cheap. By the time you've bought this and all the other things I'll tell you about in a moment, you know, it's dearer than buying the actual router. But you need it for certain things. So let's have a look at how it's made. So we've got die cast aluminium for the base and for top here, this top section which goes around your router. The way you locate it is just with this pin in the back here. That goes in the groove here of your router. So to put it in, you just release the clip on the back here, line up your groove with that, and there we go. Lock her in place, nice and tight. Done. Easy as. So you drop it down as far as it'll go. A little rubber stopper here. If you have a look at the trim router, you can see there is a indent where that pops into, and a gap here where you can adjust this up and down. They've thought of everything there, so that's good. Take that out for a moment. Now the handles are very nice. They've got elastomer, the old TPE, thermal plastic elastomer over the top of plastic there, and they feel very comfortable. They're a good size, in a good position, feel very good. Now you've got two areas here where you put in a guide rail if you want to run it along either a track or just run it along the edge of a piece of timber. So two knobs there to lock that in place. Got a little guard here on the front. Stop all the shit flying at you, because you will be going this direction. So this helps catch the dust as well and fire it down the dust, the optional dust chute. Now the plunge mechanism is very smooth. It's quite nice. I've used a lot of routers. You buy cheap routers, sometimes these are so sort of clunky, like trying to get it right is impossible. They're either really stiff, really loose. This has got a good amount of pressure, glides nicely. You've got the locking lever just by your left thumb here, so you can put it down, lock that. It's real easy, just it's in the perfect position there. Down, lock, push it back up to unlock it. Real nice and simple, perfect place. Now you've got your 3 depth settings here, which are often a set depth, but with this Makita one you can actually, you've got some room for adjustment on those, so you don't have to do all the adjustment with this. You can have these set to different heights that you preset rather than the manufacturer. Now there's a lot of ways to do it. So like I say, you've got that first setting there. If you loosen this knob, you've got a quick release on this. Push that button in here, quick release, up and down. So that's very handy instead of having to wind this for 2 days to get it down to the appropriate height there. You've got a marker tool here which also rotates, so you can use that to set what depth you want to plunge to, that sort of thing, so you know what you're doing. You can move it up and down. You've got a fine adjustment here on the top which goes up in very small increments. So you've got, what's that, 0.0, that first line's 0.05 of a millimeter. So you can wind that down for your very fine adjustment. Plunge depth is about 37 millimeters or inch and a half. As you can see, the maximum plunge depth with no base on it at all, max you could get with this bit, isn't much. We're only looking at about 15 millimeters, and that's about what it is. Now, this is an optional accessory that you buy separate to this, unless you buy a kit which has everything in it. But this also has a lot of optional accessories. So, the first one I kind of spoke of is your guide here. So your straight guide goes in there, runs along your bit of timber, that sort of thing. You have a dust chute which connects on here, comes out the side, hooks up to your dust extractor. It's a clear circle there with a clear pipe coming off the side. And there's the template guide bushing adapter dealie that goes in here, so that you can attach these style of template bushings, so that you can run it around templates such as these. And this bit here runs around, follows that groove nicely, and you can cut out lettering and other things depending on what templates you've got. But the annoying thing is, this doesn't come with those. So, and the price, the price, Jesus suffering like I say, this with all its bits and pieces is far more expensive than this in New Zealand anyway. So it's annoying that they don't give you that on the plunge base, whereas on the original base, just the standard base that comes with the trim router, you've got this area here where these bushings do fit. Slot them in like so. Voila. Screw on the other side and you're done. But the problem is there's no plunge on this, and therefore trying to line it up with something like this, you got to go and try and get it in, and there's a good chance you're going to end up chewing up your work material. So it would have been nice if they didn't bother putting it on this and instead put it on this. But no, and unfortunately, I thought, oh, maybe this bit was fit in here. No, it didn't work either. So I'm going to make my own guide bushing plate. I'm going to remove this one, mark it out onto a piece of polycarb, and make a new plate that goes over the whole area with the right size hole drilled in the middle. But that'll be on the next video. This video is just an unboxing, show you what you get. In the next one I will show you it functioning, hopefully with my new plate on it, and we'll router out some words, we'll make some signs. Cheers, thanks for watching. I have a review of this router on the channel, a full review of the router, and also if you want to see what's inside it, there's a tear down video as well. See you on the next one. Wow, look at this bright and new. Start again. Wow, look at this light and bright new area. Not my workbench, it's the wife's new workbench. Today we're going to have a look at this plunge base. If you've already got the router, let's start all this again.